Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's episode, what are we going to be discussing?
We are covering 2005's 2001 Maniacs, directed by Tim Sullivan.
Ooh, if you are at all politically correct or offended easily, do not, for any reason, go watch this movie. This is an intense watch. Obviously, we'll get into some of that here in a second. But before we get into the episode, what would you like to let anyone new to our podcast know?
As always, like and subscribe on YouTube.
Pretty, please.
You can also find us on Spotify.
Yep.
On Apple. And Google.
Yep.
Also on Instagram, J Squared Horror Podcast. Linktree in the bio. New episodes every Thursday.
Every single Thursday. Two lifelong horror fans decide to get together and talk all things horror. This is a very good example of all things horror as well. What we like to do is open up a line of communication between us, our fans, and random people that listen to our podcast throughout time and want to talk about these movies and put yourselves in situations. It's a lot of fun, and we are the most original horror podcast I think that is out there. So if you like originality, you like things horror, check us out. I think you'll enjoy us.
Yeah.
With the mention of the Linktree, there are two things on there that I always like to bring up. One of those being paranormalitymagazine.com. Paranormality Magazine is an up-and-coming magazine that talks about all things strange, unusual, and paranormal. If you use code J2Horror at checkout, you will receive 10% off of your purchase. Also, what you can do on there is vote for us to be the #1 podcast. The links are on their website. You can go through it, fill out our information, and we can get higher than number 9 because that's where we ended up last time. What we also have on there is www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. What you can find there is an easy way to communicate with the both of us. If you have an idea for an episode, if you're a writer, director, producer, anything like that, you want us to either cover your movie, you're interested in being interviewed, let us know on that website, www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. Now, Jake.
Yes.
I apologize for this movie in that I made you sit through it. It was intense. It was inappropriate, and boy, oh boy, was it crazy. How do you feel? I mean, are you mad at me?
No, I'm only mad at you because this movie is terrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with any of the actual context of the movie.
Oh, just the movie in its entirety.
The movie just being so bad.
It's definitely not as bad as one that we just covered, but yeah, it's
worse.
No, it's not actually worse.
It's worse. What, than Hurt?
It's not worse than Hurt.
100% worse than Hurt.
Nah.
Hurt's not even a bad movie, honestly.
Hurt is a very bad movie,
Yeah.
and if you guys want to know our opinions on that, go back and listen to that episode. But this movie is not as bad as Hurt.
It's worse.
This
shit is top tier dog shit.
Using my own insult against me.
It was terrible.
I will say this. If you are anti certain things about horror movies, like boobs, bad people, but not like bad in the sense of like Michael Myers bad or Jason Voorhees bad, just like legitimately bad people. Bigotry, racism, sexism. I mean, you name it, it's in this movie.
Which is so crazy to me that the Confederate flag iPad was not like a indicator to me. I was like, yeah, okay, well, that's a minor detail. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I should have looked into that a little bit further. I was actually, my brother called me this morning. He always checks in with me about the episode. And I was like, yeah, dude, look up 2001 Maniacs. He's like, Maniacs? I'm like, no. 2001 Maniacs. He's like, the year? I'm like, no. 2001 Maniacs. And I was like, listen, look for Robert Englund Confederate flag eye patch. And he's like, that, huh? And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, I should have realized that when it was because I saw fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
And I got intrigued by, I had never actually watched the trailer. I just watched the clip. And the clip that I saw was the girl getting pulled apart by the horse.
Yeah, you told me that, yeah.
So honestly, like, yeah, of course I'm gonna want to cover a movie like that. I hadn't gotten into the nitty gritty of what this movie actually is about. I do feel bad though, for so many reasons. This is the first time I've actually felt bad. Picking a movie, us having to both watch it, neither one of us even remotely deciding to bail on it, which is interesting because I think we both waited a little too long to watch it.
I watched it today.
I watched it last night. So if you guys have the guts, if you guys have the ability to watch such what isn't accepted today at all, watch it. It's going to piss you off. But
I mean, it has that early 2000s type humor to it.
It does. And there's not Robert Englund's the best actor in it. And he's fucking Freddy Krueger. So, like, yeah. And also, shout out to Kane Hodder for making an appearance in this movie. Thank you, buddy.
Where?
He was Jason. So if you get towards the end of the movie, when they're about to kill the two leftover tourists, if you will, he's the one directly behind Robert Englund.
That's crazy.
This movie was sprinkled with people. Eli Roth was obviously in it, which is hilarious. He's in it for 17 seconds. He was a producer on this movie.
Was he? Okay.
So you do know it does give you a lot of like Eli Roth vibes.
It does.
Which is interesting that he was just a producer on it. I don't know much about this director. I didn't research him at all. I don't know if you know anything about him or not.
No.
But it definitely gives you that, like, just let's see how far we can push this envelope. And I think that it's not appropriate to do today. I can't really knock them for doing it when they did because I don't think people were as offended as they might be today, but it is still very messed up, and there is no character value. There is no good story or plot. If you're looking for a happy ending, this movie does. That's the one thing I did like about this movie is that there's no happy ending. I do like that sometimes. In this movie, you needed it to just end.
Yeah, so I mentioned to you before, this is a remake of 2000 Maniacs from 1964.
Okay.
So just imagine,
dude,
what that movie's like compared to now.
I might watch it on behalf of us.
It's on Tubi.
I'll watch it on behalf of us. I won't make you watch it. You said it even like started. Didn't you say it like started playing after this one?
Yeah.
And you were just like 30 seconds in, like, oh, I'm not even gonna attempt this.
Yeah, like no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was in the bathroom, and all I hear is about the South rising again.
Yeah.
And I thought, damn, that's
was the song back on?
Yeah, is it still playing? It was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, there's a post-credit scene.
Yeah, then I come out the bathroom and I look.
Is it like black and white color?
It's in color.
Okay.
Yeah, and it starts the
yeah.
exact same way. The car pulls up. They're like having like the parade thing, but dressed in like modern clothes for the 60s.
To that time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like suits and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did they look like? What did the bad people look like? Hicks?
Same thing.
Oh, they weren't like Confederate wear or nothing?
No. Well, he had like a Confederate like flag.
Did he have a patch?
Like tie on or something, or a suspender, one of them shits.
Did he have a patch?
No patch.
Oh, so the patch was new to this movie.
Yeah.
Eye for an eye.
But the dialogue's like the exact same thing when it starts.
Oof. So basically, all it really is a group of college kids take a detour and end up here, and it's in order to be trapped into being eaten by cannibalistic, like Civil War South supporters. So
yeah,
you can kind of paint that picture yourself.
So the one thing that stuck out to me was when they all start arriving into the town, and they're talking to the different cars that are pulling up, and then I see that motorcycle pull up.
Yeah,
and I think the guy's black.
Yeah.
And as soon as he takes his helmet thing, he's going to either call him.
Oh, just blatantly.
One of two N-words.
Both of which are not going to be said, but yeah.
But he chose Negro.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Hey, I mean.
That's better than it could have been.
That's a lot better than it could have been. And I think they probably knew that.
Yeah.
And what the other ironic thing about the motorcycle is he is black and the girl is Asian.
Yeah.
So it's just like, this is gonna be interesting because everybody else, the other group of people that showed up were white.
Yeah.
You're cliche white, but there was also a gay man as well. So they definitely trying to push this as far as it could possibly go, ladies and gentlemen.
They covered all bases.
They did. They got, I mean...
some of it was kind of funny to me. So, like, when they first walk in and the guy had, like, a plate with the watermelon on it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking, so this is the direction this movie's going into. At least now I know early.
Yeah, dude. It could be a little uncomfortable. I think that we both do have a lot more open of humor, as long as it doesn't cross certain lines.
Yeah.
So it definitely is an uncomfortable watch in today's world.
I think it was 2005.
It was 2005. It's a completely different era of what people accepted. I mean, hell, if you put on Rush Hour now, there's a warning at the beginning of it saying that, like, this is how jokes were back then. This is how it was. And that's Rush Hour. But the fact that this movie didn't have a warning blew my mind. But I think it's only big movies that have to get said warning. Yeah,
if you're fucking watching this movie, that's on you.
Sorry. It's on my fucking Amazon account as I rented it, too. So I'm on a list now of, like, questionable characters in this world.
Tubi.
I was going to go Tubi. I just didn't feel like fucking with the ads at all, man.
The ads were a good break.
I know, and now I'm thinking about that. I'm kind of mad I didn't. So you can just be like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Yeah, it breaks the tension.
Yeah, which I mean, it's not tension in the good way.
No, it's not.
It's not like sinister tension or anything like that. But
one thing that I thought was hilarious, though, the voices.
Yeah,
they seemed almost like dubbed in sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it didn't always match.
Yeah, and there was one dude, the pitch of his voice.
The cat killer?
Yeah.
That kid creeped me out.
It fucked me up because it made no sense to me at all.
Yeah, it was like Children of the Corny.
That's good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. That's good.
You're welcome. You're welcome, buddy.
I'm easily entertained.
Hey, man, it's cool. I got a joke for you here at the end that I'm excited to tell you about.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're not dissecting this movie. We're not gonna try to dig deeper. So what was your favorite kill, bud?
The like moonshine acid kill.
With the milker.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Also, just keep in mind, if you've gotten to this point in this episode, do not watch this around kids. There's a lot of female nudity in this movie.
There's a lot of man ass in this movie, too.
A lot of man ass.
Yeah.
A lot of man ass, a lot of boobies.
Yeah. So they, again, cover all bases.
They do. They make sure everybody's somewhat pleased. Oh, Jesus. Man, this is when unscripted podcasting kind of gets really tough, ladies and gentlemen.
So, what was your favorite kill?
I don't want to say it, but it was just so outlandish and so wild.
Okay,
it's like human cannibal.
Which one?
All right. So, is there anyone that I can say that isn't as messed up as this?
Was it the first kill?
No.
I
mean, I did like the first kill. That's what made me watch this movie.
Yeah, the girl getting pulled apart by the horse.
Because it's led up to believe that he's just like kind of like a freaky cowboy or like freaky farm boy.
Yeah, but don't put yourself in that situation.
Yeah. Also, like, she didn't get knocked out?
No.
Did she?
I don't think so. I think he just started tying her up.
He just blindfolded her.
Yeah.
You're not going to feel that each of your arms and legs are getting tied, and you don't hear in the background. Like, I know it's a farm, but shit, dude. Like, check your surroundings, man. Yeah. That was cool because she does get pulled apart by each limb. Yeah. And anytime I see that, it reminds me of Shaun of the Dead. I get super happy inside. But it was the pole.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's just, especially the context
the context
why,
of the dialogue,
like it was
right before it happens.
It was very set up. He's the only one that witnesses another murder out of the entire group.
Yeah.
So I thought that it was cool that he almost got like the most prized death, like the most put on death, other than the Asian lady.
Do they eat all of them?
No, not the last two.
Well, prior to them, they eat all.
Did
of
you
them?
notice though that the girl that got killed by the horses, she was the turkey?
Yeah, I saw.
Because he eats
the
tattooed skin.
I did see that. Yeah.
Like, dude, you don't like look at your food. I always look at my food when I eat
just
it.
shoved right into his mouth.
I'm super nervous about like hair or like stuff being in my food.
You should always look at your food.
I usually like I'll talk to you and I'll be like engaged, but when I'm cutting and getting that fork up, I'm gonna take a peek.
Glance down.
But then again, it was on the back side of the fork, and I'm not a flipper. I will admit I'm not a flipper.
I feel like as he's putting it up to his mouth, he would have saw it.
Somebody had to.
If he was,
you would have caught it in your eyes.
Yeah.
But it was just she had a butt tattoo of horses, which was ironic to her death.
Yeah, he was like, "You like horses?
Yeah, like, dude,
you're gonna love this."
Yeah. Then there's like, I don't know. There was a lot of the old lady from the Insidious movies is in it. I'm telling you, they just grabbed whoever they could. That is somewhat of a I want to act like anytime I go to a convention, and if I see any of the people that were in this movie, I will be asking them, how much did they pay you to be in this?
Yeah.
Kane Hodder, Robert Englund, the lady from Insidious. She was in like 4 of them. And I think she's like an actual good actress.
Yeah,
she was the granny.
Yeah, she's very good. Yeah.
I think those were the main. I didn't recognize a single other person.
I didn't,
which was nice. At least they weren't using like Freddie Prinze Jr. or nothing. Could you imagine if it was like? Could you imagine if it was the cast of I Know What You Did Last Summer? Like, could you imagine the uproar?
I can.
The fucking uproar.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, think about it. If somebody that made it big, that aren't known as being killers in movies, were associated with this movie, dude, it's getting brought up.
They should just redo it now.
They should.
2002 Maniacs.
The 2023 Maniacs.
Yeah.
The 2023 Maniacs.
Yes.
Gosh, this movie is fun. Like when people ask me, "Oh, what are you covering this week?" I was getting kind of mad at myself because I'm like, "It's gonna suck." It's not as bad as Hurt as far as like watching it for me, because it wasn't slow paced. Something was happening throughout this entire, but somebody was dying, or there was some kind of tension. It wasn't good. Don't misquote me here. It was not good. But
no, it was not.
I could watch it and not like want to pull my eyes out because of the movie itself. The story, yes.
Yeah.
The actual the cinematography and shit, it wasn't horrible.
The story was trash.
The acting was even worse.
Wasn't very good.
Yeah. I mean, Robert Englund did fine, and like some of those, like the granny did fine. I mean, they're super bad.
Yeah.
But the acting wasn't horrible.
Yeah, outside of the two of them.
Yeah, like all the kids or all the teenagers were just trash. And what about the one nerd with the glasses? Poor guy just... I would have wanted to die if I was him, honestly.
Trash. Also...
How did he die?
Wow. I was so uninterested in this movie, I have forgotten most of it.
How did he die?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I remember the first one.
Uh-huh.
I remember the second one.
Uh-huh.
That was your favorite one.
Yeah.
The third one was the Asian girl.
Yeah.
Then the gay dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's fine. He was in the movie. Then it had to have been glasses.
Yeah, but how?
What about the rock that smushed the dude? That was pretty crazy.
I don't know. He's dead. Who cares?
Dude, like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, we're not going to get stuck on that.
But one of the other worst parts about this movie, which is ironically the best part for me, the ending.
Yo, can we just circle back to the fact that they had, like, once again, reasons why you probably shouldn't watch this around anybody. Like, individualized sex stories. Like, that was a whole part of the middle of the movie. Like, they got into town. They're all, like, picking suitors. And, like, that was something they felt like had to be in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, like, like, each of them had, like, their own spot of, like, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That was, like, such a focal point of this movie.
It was also 2005, so.
And I was just like, yo, what in the world am I watching? All right. But, yes, the ending.
Yeah.
So... Which ending are we talking about?
It was the
pre or post eye for an eye.
I'm going to say post because the pre, it made sense.
All that part made
sense.
Yeah.
But after that,
the motorcycle.
Yeah, well, them going back to the location, finding out it's a cemetery.
Oh, all of that. Yeah. It was just a ghost. It was just ghosts, guys.
Yeah, which makes sense based on, clothing,
even
the way they talk.
Even the cop said, like, if I had $1 for every time a group of drunk college students said that people were getting eaten out here, I think you should pay closer attention to these stories. Bro.
Yeah, 100%.
On April 22nd or whatever the date was.
And the way he flew out of there.
Oh, he was like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the motorcycle shit at the very end.
Well, leading up to that.
Yeah.
Well, from there on, I guess.
You find out it was just, it wasn't all in their heads because obviously 5 people died. We don't remember one of them, but people died.
Yeah, including that guy.
Yeah. Robert Englund's character was a ghost. The granny was a ghost. Jason was a ghost. Kane Hodder. He looked young, too.
Didn't even see him.
Like handlebar mustache.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to pull it up for you after.
Okay.
Because I was going through, I thought somebody looked familiar. I thought that one dude looked like the dude that plays Doofy. And I was like, no fucking way.
So I thought that was him too.
Yeah, the one hick dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You thought that too?
Because when he first comes into
profiles,
the room,
I was like, that's
just like him,
Doofy.
Yeah.
And he's been in so many different movies.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I did see 2001 Maniacs on that fucking poster. Because I did meet the dude. Now I'm regretting if he is in this movie. I will go to the next convention he's at and rip him apart because this movie was bad.
Well, Kane, you're all good with me.
Kane's still good. Robert's still good. Lady from Insidious still good. I'd like to know that you read this script and you were like, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, this is a good idea for me.
In 2005, I don't think the Insidious lady quite had it yet, but definitely Kane and Robert did. Well, then, you find out that one of the dude that he hated the voice was No, he wasn't even real. He was a ghost, too.
Just a ghost coming back with the worst
That
voice.
part confused me. I thought he was real. I thought he was just like a descendant of that. And, that's why he killed them. Like, that would have made more sense to me. So they are riding off into the sunset thinking they escaped. And then you got the good old barbed wire that you can't see across the road gets decapitations going. But it was just a ghost boy.
I knew something happened when you heard him say an eye for an eye again.
Yeah, when I thought it was like eye for an eye, like we're good. Like,
Yeah.
I almost got you, you almost got me, eye for an eye, and the maggots fell out. When the maggots fell out of his eye socket, I was pretty sold on the fact that these were fucking. And then did you notice they all started kind of turning?
No.
Yeah, they all started turning zombie.
Huh.
And what about the lady with the teeth?
Yeah.
That's how he died. That's how he died. we were gonna get there eventually. What do you put on your retainer, baby? Yeah, something like that. She had fucking razor teeth somewhere that razor teeth shouldn't be.
Yeah, and ate the whole thing.
I just
like
Kimosabi. Oh man, yeah. So they if you notice towards that end, like when they're doing that, when the girl's tied up, the guy's tied up, and he's like, "You're a Lee. You're one of ours."
Like a certain ones, you have like dark rings around their eyes.
And one girl, the girl with the teeth, had like veins at one point.
Oh wow,
she was looking kind of creepy.
Okay,
maybe because I rented it, I had a better quality version.
That could be it.
Yeah, but yeah, at the end, some of the like town folk started looking real zombie, and I was like, "Hold on a second. Does that mean they're all fake?" They're not zombies. They're fucking ghosts. Yeah. What's up with us on a streak of ghosts, right? We got to take a fucking break from the ghosts, man. So, yeah, you get decapitated. And it was cool because, like, the dude who was in the front caught it, like, right where you're supposed to, like, neckline. But because of the angle of the bike and the seats, the girl took it like through the mouth
Yeah.
back.
She caught it,
and it looked like she might like be like, okay. And then he's infamous with his slingshot, and then slingshots the rest of her head off.
Yeah.
But also, like, how do you have powers outside of your town?
I don't know.
Could have done without that ending, but I am happy that it wasn't a happy ending. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if they could have just gotten murked by an 18-wheeler, perfection. Nope, they get decapitated by real barbed wire.
Set up by a ghost.
Set up by a ghost that vanishes with their heads, but their heads vanish with them. So I guess that explains why there's no bodies, because they take the bodies with them.
Yeah.
Into the realm of ghosts, of Confederate racist ghosts.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
There's a South Will Rise Again song.
It is.
If anybody out here cares to listen.
I mean,
we're not playing it.
We're here in the South,
Barely. I mean, we are at the capital near the capital of that whole shitstorm.
What's that thing? Mason-Dixon line or shit like that?
Mason-Dixon line. Yeah, we're south of that.
Okay.
And that's kind of what divided our country. And the bloodiest war to date.
And made this movie happen.
If it wasn't for the Civil War, this movie wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? In middle school, right? I got put in classes like a step before alternative school.
Okay.
Because I was a class clown, if you guys can't tell. Sometimes I don't even let Jake speak, because I just want all the attention on me. Right?
Yikes. Yeah.
You've noticed that in time, being my friend.
I have noticed that.
I've matured it a little bit. Whoa, you weren't supposed to be that confident.
I said I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, I thought you said, I have actually noticed that.
You never shut the fuck up.
So there is this teacher, right? And this does actually apply to this story. So I went to a local high school in our area called Indian River High School. But at the time, it was middle school. That's right. I was in 8th grade. What they did was they grouped up all the bad kids before they would decide to send them to alternative schools, which is like bad.
Yeah.
So it was 6th, 7th, and 8th graders all in one classroom with one teacher and a teacher assistant. Okay. And we were still supposed to learn all of our subjects.
Nice. And
get a passing grade. That was the rule. Them's the rules. This guy's name was, I'm shotting you. You're probably not even alive anymore, Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson. Because he was pushing 70 back then. But the reason I mention this is because this jackass, Indian River, they would never confirm it, but it was a predominantly black school in this area. This dumb motherfucker, and mind you, this is a classroom full of the worst kids that middle school had to offer. Like, they sent him to this 70-year-old man. So we're all sitting there, and it was 6th, 7th, 8th graders. So I was in the back with my two friends. Then there are them. And Mr. Thompson was running a little late this day. And we're like, and the teacher assistant lady was weird as shit. She would just like lean on this bookshelf and it would just start wobbling. And I don't know what she was doing, but it made me very uncomfortable. Like, bitch, you humping this fucking bookshelf right now? We watched, the fucking, what's that movie? Never mind. That's not important. But anyway, he was running late as shit to the class. And this motherfucker decides to come into our school with a historically accurate Confederate soldier get up, because that weekend he was working a Civil War reenactment where he's a Southern general. I almost had to hold back kids from beating his ass. Like, why? Why would you? Well, that still can be a touchy subject.
Well, I don't know. I feel like living in Virginia, I mean, the stuff we're taught as far as like wars and the history of the country may be a little different than other states.
That's true.
Yeah.
They weren't as bad as we think.
Yeah, they're pretty extensive with it.
It's like fucking 5 years of that shit.
Yeah, and they'll take you to fucking Jamestown for...
Whoa. Jamestown's a fucking good trip, dude.
No, it's not.
It's fun.
As a kid, yeah. Would you as an adult go to Jamestown?
Fuck yeah, dude. I love history.
I mean, I do too, but...
I love museums, dude.
After a while, you
it
get
starts to smell bad. People aren't bathing. They have to be in character.
You know what also smells weird? Old books.
Books smell very weird.
That's a weird smell.
But you're saying you wouldn't be pissed if a fucking teacher showed up with a full Confederate get-up?
I think I'd have to know his reasoning.
I feel like he was testing the waters, man. He'd gotten to know us group of kids pretty well. We were not a good group of kids to be around. I mean,
he's like, you know what? Fuck it.
I think so.
I'll see how they feel about this today.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get another point across. I did not like that dude, man. He was such a weird dude. Well, Mr. Thompson, if you are somehow a fan of this podcast, good luck, buddy, because your secret's out there. I mean, you didn't even want it to be a secret. You're pretty blatant about it.
Damn.
That also reminds me of this freaking TikTok I saw where it's one of those reenactments, and these two black guys show up as slaves, and they are fucking with these people so hard. And it's making these Southern reenactors so uncomfortable,
Sure
but it
it
is so great. It's like the funniest shit ever. Just the way they go about just pissing this whole... I mean, the cops get called. The cops are like, I mean, they're not really doing anything wrong. Like, it's just the way they presented it all is comedy, man. Comedy gold.
Which is here part of the reenactment.
Dad, that's what they were going with.
We're just giving you a real reenactment of
it. That's what they were saying. He'd be like, the fact that he's yelling at him, he's like, is that going to bring my price down? Just shit like that. It was fun. It was funny, man. It was really funny.
That's good.
Oh, shit. All right. That's all I got. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you, Mr. Jake? Oof. Calm down, Josh. What do you rate 2001 Maniac?
On a scale from 1 to 10, this movie's a 2 for me.
Nice.
What about you?
On a scale from 1 to 10, this movie is also a 2 for me.
And it has nothing to do with any kind of racial undertone at all for me. The movie's just not good.
Obviously, that kind of goes without saying for me because of my skin color.
Yeah.
But I think they flirted with a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, it was comedy at the time.
I think it would be funny if you're like, well, based on...
It's a 10.
Yeah, based on the plot. Yes, a 10. Based on what they stand for, it's definitely a 10 for me.
The South will rise again. I got to get my phone real quick. Hold on.
All right. Okay. This is
just for more humor.
Is it joke time?
It's joke time.
Here we go.
All right, buddy. It kind of plays into this, though.
Okay.
It actually works. It works very well into the episode. Right. What do you call a chicken's ghost?
What do you call a chicken's ghost? A chicken's ghost. I don't know.
A poultrygeist.
A poultry. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, there you go. You got that one, buddy.
Woo.
It actually fit this movie very well.
It does.
The damn poultrygeist that they deal with in this movie.
All right.
All right. No idea what we're covering next week. Sorry about that.
There's a sequel we can cover.
Fuck no. It's pretty. All right, then fine. We'll cover the first one.
From 1964. Yeah, sure. That's going to be a great episode.
Yeah. I'll just hang up the cape. I'm done. I mean, we could cover. Do you want to cover that one we both just watched?
A Knock at the Cabin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Next week we will cover A Knock at the Cabin. If you have Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock.
If you have Peacock, it is available on Peacock. If not, it's kind of expensive to rent, but it's a good movie. We'll decide and potentially cover that. I don't want to give it the 100% yet, but
okay.
I think it would be fun to cover. It's a little deep, but I think we can get through it. As always, big shout out to our main supporters: Jeff Balance, who does our design work; Lucky Riggs, who does our intro and our outro music; Trademark Printing, who does our printing needs. They just knocked out a freaking amazing banner for us for the convention. You'll see it if you come see us at the convention in September. Big shout out to Jake, being the world's greatest co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jake. Oh, no. Whoa. Is it that one?
Try it. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, the world's greatest co-host, Jake.
Thank you.
We're always sitting with me, dealing with some of these movies that I choose. Don't read into this one, ladies and gentlemen. That's not why I chose this movie. And yeah, anything else you'd like to say for the episode, bud?
I will say a shout out to you as well.
Don't.
For being the best host.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you. That's enough. I appreciate that. Thank you to all of you guys out there that listen to us every week. If you comment, thank you. Actually, yeah, if you comment this week, the South will not rise again. Damn. Come on, man. We'll definitely get you some swag.
I mean, you don't have to comment that, guys.
I'm kidding. If you comment, Jake's shirt looks nice, we will definitely hook you up with some free swag.
Yeah, thanks.
This is a popular shirt of his. Yeah, thanks. Thank you guys so much for being fans of us. We love bringing you guys content every week. And with that being said, this is the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week. And always remember, it's hip to be squared.